Why planning the future feels scary. With ADHD, and how to do it without anxiety. For many people with ADHD, the future doesn't feel exciting, it feels heavy. Thinking about goals, plans, or long-term direction can trigger anxiety, avoidance, or even shutdown. This is confusing, especially when you're ambitious or curious by nature. You might want a better future, yet feel unable to plan for it. If the idea of thinking ahead makes you tense or overwhelmed, this isn't because you're unmotivated or afraid of success. It's because ADHD changes how the brain experiences uncertainty, time, and expectation. Planning requires executive function. It involves holding possibilities in mind, imagining future outcomes, sequencing steps, and tolerating uncertainty. These are all areas where ADHD brains work harder. When planning becomes emotionally loaded, tied to fear of failure, pressure to get it right, or memories of plans that didn't work out, the nervous system interprets it as threat. Once threat is present, planning becomes difficult or impossible. Many people with ADHD associate planning with disappointment. You may have made plans in the past with genuine intention, only to struggle with follow-through. Each time this happens, trust in planning erodes. Eventually, planning itself feels unsafe. Your brain learns that planning leads to pressure, guilt, or failure. Avoiding the future becomes a form of self-protection. Another reason future planning feels scary is time blindness. ADHD affects how time is perceived. The future can feel either unreal or overwhelming. Long-term goals feel abstract and disconnected from the present, making it hard to care about them emotionally. At the same time, imagining everything you should do can flood the system. This combination, abstraction plus pressure, creates anxiety. Perfectionism intensifies this anxiety. Many people feel that if they're going to plan, they need the right plan, the best plan, the most efficient plan. This raises the stakes. Suddenly, planning feels like a test of intelligence, maturity, or worth. When the stakes feel that high, avoidance makes sense. Burnout also plays a role. After burnout, the future can feel unreliable. You might fear repeating patterns, pushing too hard, burning out again, disappointing yourself. This fear doesn't mean you don't want a future. It means you don't want to hurt yourself again. Planning feels risky because effort has felt costly in the past. Another hidden factor is grief. You may grieve plans that didn't happen, timelines you didn't meet, or versions of life you imagined earlier. This grief can make future planning painful. It reminds you of loss or missed opportunities. Avoiding planning helps you avoid that emotional pain. Society often frames planning as discipline and responsibility. This framing ignores neurological differences. ADHD brains don't lack vision. They struggle with rigid, long-term planning systems that assume stable energy and consistent motivation. When you try to use planning methods designed for neurotypical brains, failure feels personal instead of structural. One of the biggest mindset shifts is realizing that planning doesn't have to mean commitment. ADHD-friendly planning is exploratory, not binding. It's about orientation, not obligation. When plans are treated as flexible guides instead of contracts, the nervous system relaxes. Anxiety decreases. Another important distinction is between direction and details. ADHD brains often do better with direction first. Knowing the general direction you want to move in without mapping every step reduces overwhelm. Details can come later. Trying to plan everything at once increases pressure and shutdown. Future planning also becomes easier when you separate values from outcomes. Values are stable. Outcomes fluctuate. When planning is anchored to values, things like creativity, stability, connection, learning, it feels meaningful rather than threatening. You can move toward values in many ways, even when specific plans change. It's also helpful to shorten the planning horizon. Long-term planning doesn't have to mean 5 or 10 years ahead. For many ADHD brains, planning in shorter windows, weeks or months, feels safer and more realistic. These shorter horizons reduce abstraction and make goals feel attainable. Another key is planning with capacity, not against it. Instead of asking, "What should I be doing?" ask, "What do I realistically have energy for?" This reframes planning from pressure to alignment. Plans that respect capacity are more likely to be followed, which rebuilds trust in planning itself. Planning also improves when it includes recovery. Many plans fail because they assume constant output. ADHD-friendly plans include rest, buffer time, and flexibility by design. This doesn't slow progress, it prevents collapse. It's also important to normalize fear around the future. Fear doesn't mean something is wrong, it means the future matters to you. Treating fear as information instead of an obstacle changes how you relate to it. You can plan with fear, present rather than waiting for it to disappear. Another helpful approach is externalizing plans. Keeping plans only in your head increases cognitive load and anxiety. Writing things down, using visual tools, or talking plans through with someone supportive makes them feel less heavy. External structure reduces internal pressure. It's also okay to plan imperfectly. Many people avoid planning because they believe a flawed plan is worse than no plan. In reality, imperfect plans are useful because they can be adjusted. No plan offers no direction. ADHD brains benefit from iteration, not perfection. Future planning also becomes easier when you redefine success. Success doesn't mean following the plan exactly. It means staying engaged with your direction, even when paths change. Flexibility is not failure, it's responsiveness. Another important piece is separating identity from plans. A plan failing doesn't mean you failed. Plans are tools, not reflections of worth. This separation reduces emotional load and makes planning feel safer. As self-trust rebuilds, planning gradually becomes less threatening. Each time you make a small plan and adjust it without self-punishment, your nervous system learns that planning is survivable. Over time, anxiety decreases. Planning the future with ADHD isn't about forcing clarity. It's about creating enough safety to explore possibilities. When safety is present, curiosity returns. Curiosity is a powerful motivator for ADHD brains. Inside Dopaloop Pro, we approach future planning this way gently, flexibly, and realistically. We help you plan without pressure, rebuild trust in your ability to adapt, and move forward without anxiety taking over. If you want ADHD-friendly support for planning your future without burning out again, you'll find the link in the description.